Hello, friends, family, and other creatures of the sea. Welcome back to another high-level game. Today we have the Liquid Boys, but I do believe that this game is going to be quite a solid one. So we have Clem and Mana. Clem opening up with a gas first, and we see that the SEV move out. So everything indicates that this is going to be an E-Bay block. Engineering Bay will be placed down on the opponent's natural, and the follow-up will be a marine into a factory, most likely. It's kind of what we're looking at here. At the same time, Mana's just opening up pretty standard. Does not scout around with the probe. Oh, no. I say that, but he takes a bit of a detour here. What is he doing? What? This is the weirdest movement I've seen in my life, but he does end up catching that SEV. I guess he's aware of Clem trying to do stuff like this in the past. And this was a huge interception. Clem decided to fight that probe as well, so will not be allowed to get an eBay block off on the other side of the map. No, instead Clem will now most likely need to actually open up with a Reaper here, which will make life just a little bit harder for him. I guess first Reaper is a build order that is, well, is not very popular anymore and has not been popular for a very long time because the build sucks, quite frankly. It's not a good build order, we don't see it anymore. Reaper is delayed by 4 seconds compared with a fast barracks into gas opener. The factory is about 18 seconds faster, but your CC is also delayed. Usually we see a command center go down at 138, now it was 147. Of course, a little bit of that was the fast SCV scout, but still, getting that gas as your first structure just delays your mineral eco, and that delays your entire eco. So Clem needs to do something here. He's going to pick up one probe. It's a good start. It's not going to be enough. Yeah, this follow-up will just need to do something. It could be Hellions, could also be just like a fast tank or something like that. It's not common, and it's unlikely, honestly. I'm expecting Hellions or like a bunch of mines being produced here. Stargate does go down here for Mana. Mana very well aware of what he's playing against. He saw that barracks timing. Well, actually he didn't. He still should know exactly what's coming his way. Ooh, Reaper actually, I think, mistargeted there on the Adept. Should have gone for that probe instead. Ooh, now this Reaper actually ends up dying, I think. Yeah, there's a single lane here, and well, the Reaper is not even going to be allowed to get to that single lane. This, of course, can be blocked by a single probe. You put it on hold position, or you move it towards the right side and then A move back into it. It will block that Reaper from exiting your main base. Mana, however, didn't quite need that because, well, his Adept movement was good enough to catch that Reaper in the act. High ground CC as well for Clem. Of course, doesn't have the Marines to defend any type of low ground CC. With that fast Reaper, you, well, can't really do too much. Let's be real here. Factory single mine will get set up. Ooh, oh my god, Mana's playing well here. Beautiful mine dodge out of the Polish Protoss player. That actually was very pretty. I really did like how he did that. We'll probably end up getting this mine. That's a free mine that he gets. This has been a very useful Adept, honestly. Now we have one Oracle being popped out as well. Second barracks is already on the way. We have a Cyclone as well as a Viking here. I guess this barracks and this factory will end up swapping over. I was going to try a similar trick. It's not the end of the world, but it's also not brilliant. Like, in one way, I guess this Oracle won't die against the mine, and the Oracle will be able to pick it up, most likely. No, is too afraid of the Cyclone. Instead, we'll see a Revelation being thrown down. Mana ideally would have seen something in the main base. He wants to know whether there's a second barracks or not. This is going to be a 2-on-1 setup. Clem has been very fond of those against Stargate openers in the past. It allows for very quick stim with 2 medevacs as well. 16 Marines in the 2 medevacs. However, it is without any combat shield whatsoever. There's no eBay upgrades either. And if the drop gets caught dropping, or if the drop needs to attack in a battery, it often puts the Terran in a bad position. So that's just something we need to keep in mind here. It's important for Clem to deny the vision right now and make sure that Mana can't figure out where these initial 2 medevacs are going. Because if Mana's out of position, this can do a lot. But if Mana is completely in position, he has a couple of units out, it really doesn't have to be too many units. Like 6, 7 Protoss units, and then maybe 3, 4 air units is all that you need. Or if you have 5 units and a battery, like honestly, majority of the time, you're just going to be fine. We see Mana actually skipping gases in his natural as well. And do like that's important. He does not fly into this mine. Well, it was important that he would not do it. He did do it. This is going to, of course, make life just a little bit harder here for the Protoss player. First two medevacts now on the way. Yeah, this looks like it might actually have some potential right now. If Mana finds the medevacs, the fight is still going to be very good for Protoss. But if these medevacs go unspotted, I would not want to be in Mana shoes right now. It is a scary few seconds. Robotics facility is on the way. Like, these Phoenixes need to stop any medevac from coming into the main base. We have an adept over here. I wouldn't mind seeing like a pylon or a probe being sent towards the right side. You need to be aware of everything happening around your base at this point. And Mana is pretty unaware of what's happening. Now, he did end up spotting it. I think that adept ended up falling here. You still see the blood spatters here on the grey metallic terrain. Yeah, quick pickup out of Clem. He needs to do that. Just doesn't have enough sustain here in this army. He just really does not. One medevac will fall. Really good start here for Mana. It's actually going in with a bit of a counter attack, and Mana not controlling this too well. I think he could have lifted every single marine there and be fine. Instead we get 3 marauder lifts. Perhaps even better. Mana's not quite sure if he can commit to this. I'm not so sure either. There's a lot of money in the bank. We have a couple of extra gases being thrown down as well. 6 gas already. 3rd CC gets built in the natural. I mean, Mana's up in workers. Mana's up in infrastructure. We have 6 gates already. I think I saw a forge being built. No, I saw a forge being queued up. Yeah, there we go. Double forge being built right now. Robo Bay on the way. Once the first Colossi are out, this game is going to be heavily advantageous for Mana. Mana does need to get a little bit of vision on the map. Phoenixes can of course spot that left side, but there also needs to be something on the right here, and ideally you want to get a bit of a warning before your opponent moves out as well. Clem perhaps too afraid to currently move out, and will just sit back, continuing mine production. Mines are absolutely brilliant at a lot of things, but they're not so great against Colossi. So the moment Colossi pop, these mines will lose a lot of their value, especially once Thermal Lance finishes. Somehow, some way, Clem actually figured out that he has a bit of a timing. And he might actually be able to hit something big here. I mean, this is only Zealot Phoenix. This is the weakest point in Mana's entire life. He's only going to get stronger from here on out. Now, he has a good vision. He just barely misses this army moving out. Oh, Mana, pay attention, Mana, to your army. One Zealot will get taken out for free. Cannon is being thrown down as well. That sentry dying is actually kind of big. No Guardian Shield, no Force Fields either. One Colossi is about to pop. Okay, he's starting to walk over towards the fight. Hello, Colossi? Can we join? There we go. Does get added in right now. 2 of these mines will get cleaned. Or, well, not cleaned. At least will get activated on just single Zealots. Ooh, the Colossi shot is so huge. We'll be able to get 3 of these mines. And I think that Mana will just be fine, at least for now. One more mine over there. We'll get a good hit. No, just a single Zealot. Look at that. He's kind of just pulling up the mines that shot and then keeping the mines that haven't shot yet in their position, just to save as many mines as he can. 143 supply right now for Clem. Clem pulling ahead in that supply is a little bit surprising. He hasn't been mining much more than his opponent. Ooh, Mana has a lot of workers, 75 workers, but only now taking that forward base. We see some massive oversaturation on all, well, 3 bases. Not too much here, but at least on 2 out of the 3 bases, some big oversaturation. Templar Archives on the way. I wouldn't have minded if the Templar Archives got skipped here. It's obvious that from this army out, a Ghost Academy is going to be thrown down. Archons are useless against EMPs. Their entire life consists of shields. I'm a little bit afraid here. I really like Mana's position, and I still like Mana's position. He is in control. He is going to get better upgrades, and maybe he even has a timing, but you don't want to give Clem an opportunity to get back into the game. And I feel like building 4 or 5 Archons before moving into Disruptors or maybe even Immortals, which have way more consistent damage output throughout the game. They scale way better than Archons do. I really would have preferred that here. Now Mana is kind of putting a lot of eggs in this basket. Now luckily for Mana, he has a lot of eggs. So even if this basket goes wrong, he'll still have some left, and he's not down and out, but this is a scary fight to take here. He's up 1 upgrade, sure. Ghosts are not out yet, sure. But with Clem's control here, just kiting back. Mines are going to connect with a lot of these zealots. I think that this pushes over. I think that Clem holds, and now I think that there's going to be a little bit of momentum on Clem's side. Double Immortal, no. Double Disruptor starting now, yeah. Archons, this is what? 900 gas invested into these Archons. Could have been DTs, could have been faster Disruptors. It's not quite the case though. Now we see these Disruptors being produced. I love the split off here on the army. 3 Zealots to the left, couple in the Prism, 1 Zealot staying down as well. And I love the fact that this Prism now is being used to try and get some harassment going into Clem's base. Of course, Prism's always very useful at this type of stuff. Now, Zealots run by towards the planetary is not going to work out. Single turret will try to deny this Prism from flying in, but it does a damn poor job. As you have a 10 Zealot warping in the main base. 2-2 is about to finish up as well. Perhaps a snipe on the Ghost Academy could be a possibility. Now, if you trade 10 Zealots and you don't actually kill anything, that's usually not a good trade. I think Mana was kind of expecting there to be more of a target here, more value to be gotten. He didn't see any, then he decided to recall. I think that's the correct call. Now, there is a scary moment right now where you don't have recall, well, for the next minute and a half or so. And that's something that Mana will need to deal with. He has a lot of vision on the map, especially here on the top left side. I'm not quite sure why we have so many Zealots there, but it is the case. I can't help it. Triple Robo producing Disruptors. Dark Shrine's about to finish up. 83 workers. Mana's lacking vision here. Mana lacking vision in the middle. Oi, 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 oi. And this time around, I don't quite think he's going to be able to get here in time. Now, not to get a good position at least. It's a weird defensive position. Disruptors will be able to break this concave up a little bit. Take out a couple of mines as well. Good shot so far out of Mana, of course. These Vikings are just dealing a little bit too much damage here. Blink not quite done yet for the Stalkers either. These Archons are so useless right now, just blocking the rest of the army. Disruptor's going to hit. A bit smaller than I thought it would. That Disruptor ball was connecting with 4 or 5 ghosts, and in the last second it moved further to the left, probably expecting a stim or a bit of a split. I think Mana just overrated Clem there. I was like, hey, Clem usually splits. Let me kind of preempt that by moving the Disruptor to where I think he'll split most of his units, and then Clem actually didn't split in time, so that ball would have hit a lot. DT's now moving in here towards that third base. I think that Mana's actually having one hell of a fight. Hasn't started his 3-3 upgrades yet. It's floating a little bit of money as well, but with a 10 Zealot Warp in, that is going to be just fine. Prism on the way. Shadow Stride is what? 80, 90% done, 80% done. 3 extra barracks on the way. Now we have these triple Liberators being produced as well. Is there a fusion core yet? The answer is no. That means that there's not going to be advanced ballistics, also known as Liberator range, of course. I think Clem needs to almost opt for a bit of a base trade here. I don't quite know how he can engage into an army. Perhaps he can stay defensive with Liberators, but chasing this seems like a mistake. I think you're just going to get hit by a lot of these Disruptor balls. There's still one available. Yeah. Clem's going to get pushed back one more time in the back. Another one becomes available. Clem's going to continue chasing. This is kind of risky. Scans forward. He's going to connect with one of them at least. Oh, target's not quite in time. That was a very big Disruptor shot, and this is kind of what I was afraid of. If you're chasing these Disruptors and you don't get them quite in time, that can completely destroy your defensive position afterwards as well. I mean, Clem now just down 40 supply. These Liberators are unprotected. Not enough Stalkers to one-shot them, and that is going to help them stay alive for a bit longer. Oh, mine will get taken out. I think that Mana's pushing a bit too hard. He needs to just warp in units at this point, no matter what it is. Build that Disruptor count up to 6, 7. Get the Prism over here. Instead, we see a big warp in. Ooh, good dodge there on the DTs. Make sure they don't get hit by these mines. The Planetary will stay alive, or at least that's what it seems like. The pull out of Clem was just quick enough. A lot of Disruptors have gone down on the far right side. And Clem, from a position that seemed almost impossible to get back into the game from, is kind of back into the game. Very back and forth here. This 5th base was kind of laid out of Mana. Stalker's now blinking back. And then just end up dying anyway. That's a bad recall as well. Mana's throwing away a lot of crap right now, and Clem is making this, well, not just a game. I think Clem is actually ahead at this point. There's almost no anti-air in this army, so these Phoenixes might be able to deal a lot of damage against these Medevacs. We have a couple of Stalkers being warped in. Disruptors, hello, Disruptors. Double disruptor shot. One of them will connect with at least a portion of the army. Second one will kill a single marine. These stalkers are not quite moving. Phoenixes probably were being microed here. Clem is definitely outplaying a fair amount here. There's still 1.3k in the bank. The upgrades are going to be better for mana, but Clem, with that constant SCV production, with the 4 orbital commands, and with the 5 bases in total, he's actually holding. He's not just holding, he has a little bit of momentum. Does need to be careful. I feel like that both of these players are too keen at moving across the map. And now it's Clem's turn to kind of get blasted. Oh my god, that was a last second snipe there on that disruptor. I wonder how close that was. That was a huge difference. If that shot had hit, that was literally like 5-6 ghosts. Like 6 marines as well. As it stands now though, Clem in a bit of a lead. Base-wise, they're equal, and oh, that was a big hit. That was a very big hit. I'm not quite sure if that was enough, though. Because a lot of units on the side of Mana also ended up dying. Where's the rest of the army, actually? I guess there's a lot in production here. There's 80 probes as well still. There's just not enough bases to mine from, and thus the 80 probes are kind of useless. I think Clem is winning this. Clem is just stimming in right now. Another disruptor is going to get taken out. Purification Nova will not go off. Blink. DT will blink out of that scan range. But this, what was this? Was this the third base? Yeah, third base is going to fall. Fourth base still is mining. That right side fifth is up, but a lot of the workers are not mining. These triple phoenixes are also not doing much of anything. And I think that Mana might have just lost the game here. He's of course going to try to get back into it, try to stay in, see if there's an opportunity for him to get something. But Clem playing from behind for, well, quite some time. Getting a bit of a lead, throwing it out, and now once again he's quite far ahead. Up 60 supply. The disruptor shots of course can still connect. Liberators do get taken out. Good target fire though. I expect nothing less here out of the Frenchie, as well, that disruptor shot is going to connect, but not with too much. Liberator sieges up forward, and GG gets called. Clem wins the game. I kind of want to have a look at that one disruptor shot. Alright, I found the disruptor shot. Look at this. Look at this bad boy. Boom. We're gonna move forward. It actually wasn't that close. He would have hit in a big way, but I really, in my mind, this was like half a second left, but, or like 0.1 second left. But in reality, it was more like 3 seconds left. So not quite as exciting. Nonetheless, though, the game was pretty cool. So thank you all for watching. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, don't forget to tell me in the comments. And otherwise, I'll see all of you next time for a new video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.